Hey there, beautiful souls. If you are returning to the channel, welcome back and thank you for your support. If you are new here, this is Universal Wisdom Tarot. Hello and a big welcome. Well, the year is speeding by, and so I thought it would be a great time to take a look at the last quarter of 2025. So this is a general intuitive reading to see what's coming your way for October, November, and December. But before we get into it, I am just going to ask you to take a quick second and click the subscribe button if you haven't already. While you're at it, click the like button. Both are free for you, and it's a great way to show your support of the channel. It also lets you know when I drop my next video, and it lets me and YouTube know you're interested in more videos like these. Now, for the most part, astrologically speaking, the last 3 months will be shaped by a couple of significant astrological events. For starters, due to their retrograde motion, a total of 3 planets, Saturn, Neptune, and Uranus, will be in the process of returning to the signs they occupied at the beginning of the year. Saturn's retrograde in Pisces will last through October and November, and this will prompt a reevaluation of relationships and highlight areas that need attention and improvement. The Uranus retrograde in Taurus will focus on community and humanitarian efforts, potentially leading to a greater awareness of social issues and a desire to contribute to positive change. While the Neptune retrograde, which lasts almost to mid-December, encourages introspection and a review of personal dreams and goals, prompting alignment with one's true vision. Of course, we will have one more Mercury retrograde to contend with in the month of November. With this one, emotions will run deep and tempers will be high, causing us to express ourselves passionately. The winter solstice in the Northern Hemisphere ushers in Capricorn season on December 21st. But the big news is the Grand Trine. This harmonious configuration involves Jupiter, Saturn, and Neptune all in water signs. With Jupiter in Cancer and Saturn and Neptune in Pisces, this alignment will create a harmonious trine offering a welcome respite from the fiery energies experienced thus far. Jupiter's optimistic expansion will be joined with Neptune's magic, anchored by Saturn's stability and common sense, allowing dreams to potentially manifest into reality. The Grand Water Trine will offer a sense of hope, optimism, and the potential for abundance. All right, my friends, coming up next, your tarot guidance. So I'll see you on the flip side. All right, my lovely Aquarius friends, this is your reading. This is your 3-month look ahead reading for what remains of 2025, the last 3 months. So we're talking October, we're talking November, we're talking December. And this is a quick look ahead. It's not going to be totally huge in-depth reading, but a quick look. So I'm also going to do something a little different than I normally do for my monthly readings. I have 3 tarot decks on the table. This one here on the left will be your cards for October. This one in the middle, the month of November, and this deck here on the right will be your cards for December. All right, so I'll pull a few cards from each for each month. I've already pre-shuffled all the cards, and I've already asked for guidance and thanks from the angel spirits, guides, in the universe, so we're all set to go. I thought I'll just pull all the cards. It'll just be easier to pull them all. And then we can get into the detailed messages sort of all in one shot when we can see how everything relates to each other. All right? So let's see what you got. All right, Aquarius, I pulled 3 cards from each deck. In the month of October, you actually had 4 cards come out. So I've given you all 4. That's this top row here on the left, upper left of your screen. So let's take a look at what you got. You got the 6 of Crystals, the 6 of Wands, the 7 of Crystals, and the Transformation card. Now, in this deck, crystals are pentacles, all right? They just call them crystals. So it means you have the 6 of Pentacles, the 6 of Wands, the 7 of Pentacles, and the Transformation card. Transformation, it's called Transformation. In this deck, it would be the Death card in any other deck, all right? So I'm going to tell you, let's start with the fact that you have 2 6s. You have 6 of Pentacles and you have the 6 of Wands. I feel like this month for you is a month of improved harmony. You're at a place of being peaceful, okay? So there's, 6 is the number of peace. It's the number of harmony. It's the number of perfection. It's the number of cooperation. It's the number where we feel at rest and feeling good about that kind of stuff. So for right off the bat, we're starting with the fact that you have this feeling of peace. And I feel for you, because we have 2 Pentacles on the table, not only do you have the 6 of Pentacles, but you have the 7 of Pentacles as well. I'm feeling like this is very much in the material world for you, that you're feeling this peace, this harmony, this feeling a little bit of like something has improved in your life here in the month of October. I mean, you also have the 6 of Wands there, which tells me that, the messages that I'm getting is congratulations, you're in a good place. Okay. Now, what does that mean? That can mean anything for most of you. I do feel for some of you, this is a month that's marked by an improvement in a financial situation. Okay, I feel like for some of you, this is where you feel like either your money's coming to you, your money has arrived, your finances are in a better place. And for some of you, it's going to be about your career being in a better place. Why? Because the 6 of Wands is the card of accolades. It's often a card of, readers use this for a card of promotions, people who get new job offers, people that are starting new jobs. So I feel like for you, there is some marked financial improvement. There's some career stability for some of you. I feel like you're in a far more harmonious place because of the 2 6s, and that might be in your family life for some of you, where you're just feeling more surrounded by people and things are feeling a lot better. Maybe you're feeling that I don't know, it isn't because it hasn't arrived because you haven't done any work to get all this stuff. I mean, there's been some hard work and some effort that was required to get it, but I feel like you can continue with that. This is also a transformative period for you. This is the Death card, right? Death is, I'm glad that the card actually reads transformation and not death, because transformation inquires thinking about things and changing them through action. So you've taken some action to change something, and it also ties into that 7 of Pentacles, which is a card of realizing that you need to improve something needed to be improved. So when we take stock of whatever our situation is, whenever we use the time to assess something, and if it's our financial situation, fantastic, then success can be attained because we tweak something, we change something. And then once we've brought about some further growth, which is the number 7, right, is about growth, then we can reap the rewards. So the death card is the death card, and I love that it says transformation on it, is really appropriate because it is going sort of from one phase into the other phase. You've transformed this situation. You've transformed your career. You may have transformed your financial situation. You maybe have even transformed your family life, your relationships with people, that, you know, how you live, who you live with, this kind of thing. Okay. And I do feel for somebody that, because of that 6 of Wands, this is not everybody's case, but there is some career advancement that's going on. There's a potential for promotions. There's a potential there to shift into a new position and to really get that. I mean, that's what accolades are about. That's what the 6 of Wands is. It's accolades, receiving recognition for your hard work. All right. I feel like that change card is also in relation is also in regard to your relationships. So you may have a relationship situation that has changed, but I feel like it's changed for the better. Again, I'm getting specific message for somebody, so it won't be for everybody out there. This is a reading for the collective, so take it how it resonates. But the message I'm getting for somebody is there is a change in some kind of unique love experience. I don't know what that means. I get the messages and I have to give them when I get them. All right. Let's move into month of October. Right here on the right side, you have the Empress, you have the 4 of Coins, and you have the Lovers card. All right. So if this was your case with the unique love experience, well, there it is right there with the Lovers. So it's developed in the month of from October to November. You have the 4 of Coins, obviously, which is coins or pentacles. Okay, so you have the 4 of Pentacles, you have the Empress, 4 of Pentacles, and the 6. It's like a leveling up here, I feel, for somebody in terms of the numerology, 3 to 4 to 6. But I do feel for you that this is definitely this Empress, right? Empress is the card of growth. Empress is the card of, it's Mother Nature, right? So Mother Nature brings something into the world, takes care of it, nurtures it, and grows it, right? Mother Nature is very powerful at that. I'm sure we see that in our environment, right? Mother Nature really acts and comes out and says, hey, I'm the one who's in charge. All right. So the Empress is definitely bringing in, there's a power within her, and there is, but also at the same time, a motherly caregiver within her. So I feel like for you, this power is directed toward yourself and a caring for yourself and a wanting to develop yourself. But I'm also feeling an element here for someone of self-discovery, okay? A lot of potential for positive development in that Empress, I feel. Whether that is in this relationship, because there is the Lovers card here, all right? Or it's to what's going on with your finances. Now, if you actually did well in your finances in October, and you're now in the month of November, I would just say to you, this is the card of holding on to it, okay? This is also the card, this 4 of Coins is the card of being wise in how you spend that money, okay? So I would just say that be cautious in your financial matters. Just because we have money doesn't mean we'll always have money. It means to be wise, because this is, this is a good way to plan for the future. No matter how much of a future we each have for us, we want to be wise in that regard. All right. So I would just say definitely some developments there. I do feel for somebody with these 2 cards, Empress and 4 of Coins, there's development for somebody in regard to career achievements. Definitely development in terms of the lovers. I think I already said that. But I would also say a focus here with this lovers card on something that is deep, something that is sensual, and something that is passionate. And I would also say where you are in a trusting connection with somebody, okay? I feel for some of you there's some intense and generous love there, okay? Intense and generous connection, love connection. Now, for some of you, if you are in a relationship, it's certainly going to get much more intense. For some of you, if you're looking for somebody and you don't have a relationship and you want love, this is the time potentially for you to find it and find a good one. For those of you that have neither in a relationship nor want one, I'm going to tell you that lovers is also the card of choice, okay? So you have made the choice here to develop yourself, to give yourself love. You have made the choice here to focus in on your own what you are passionate about, in terms of your projects, in terms of your whatever. But there's also an intensity to the connections of the people around you, in terms of realizing that maybe we have some really good friends and the clock is ticking. And when the clock is ticking, we want to spend the most of our time with the people that we really care about, all right? So for some of you, I'm feeling that, in that we want to, or you want to be able to deepen that connection and have a more generous connection with that person or those people around you, all right? Let's get into December, Aquarius. We have Seven of Wands, Page of Swords, Ace of Swords. All right. I say, listen, you're finishing the year out on a high note, on a strong note. This character right here is standing on the higher ground, feeling very confident. It is a card of courage, of convictions. It's saying, what I believe, I will defend, and I will defend to the end. All right. So I feel like whatever it is that you've been through in this year, you are now saying to yourself, this month brings me all of the opportunity to overcome all of the obstacles, any obstacles that I've had, or I've finally overcome a lot of obstacles. And I can feel like I am in a better place than I was at the beginning of the year. All right. And I feel like, for somebody, you're feeling, a little bit more bold, feeling a little bit more confident, feeling a little bit more like you can strut yourself stuff. Okay, not being too bad with that Page of Swords. The Page of Swords sometimes has more bark than bite. Okay, that is something I have to tell you. In other words, sometimes we talk a big game, but we're not as strong in executing it on what we're saying. So you're being a little bit more bold here, I would say, but that's because you feel like you're in a nice, confident place. Okay. For some of you, I'm also feeling in this Ace of Swords, some brilliant ideas are associated in this to this confidence in this month. All right. So if you are getting some brilliant ideas, take hold of them, write them down, do whatever it is you need to do so that you can implement it, because Ace of Swords is also my card of saying, it's like King Arthur, you take that sword and you become the master of your domain. You run the show. You can build any kind of kingdom that you want to have for yourself. All right. So get clear, get those brilliant ideas done. All right. Just for somebody, I have to get this message out again. I get messages and I have to get them. For somebody in this Page of Swords, that bark is bigger than the bite comment. I'm feeling for somebody, they might be saying, oh yeah, I'm feeling really good, but they're not feeling so well, and that they need to seek some medical advice. I have to give the message when I get it, so I'm giving it to whoever needs to hear that, whichever Aquariuses need to hear that. You want to potentially head off the pass any health things that might, maybe you're feeling a little stomach problem or something like that, and you're standing up there saying to people, yeah, I'm great, I feel fantastic, and meanwhile you've had a stomach ache for like a week and you don't understand it. Okay. So I'm just throwing that out there for whoever needs to hear it. Remember, this is a general intuitive reading for the collective, so take what feels right for you, what feels true for you, and then leave the rest for somebody else to hear. All right, my lovely Aquarius friends, that's it for your reading. I'll see you again very shortly. Until then, please know I am, as always, wishing you divine light and love.